Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Sunday. Today is August 25, being Sunday 2024. There is a very troubling, situation, especially on social media in Nigeria. The Nigerian singer called Burna Boy, the most popular Nigerian singer, and one of the biggest Nigerian singer we have, said that Nigeria is a collateral damage, never meant to exist. So the thing has been sparking a controversies, especially the ruling party have seen that as an attack. But this is not good. A situation where, a government will see anyone who talks against the party as an evil somebody is something that we really need to talk about. Burna Boy was not wrong when he said that Nigeria is a collateral damage. If the APC government want to doubt what Burna Boy said, that Nigeria is a collateral damage, I think we have evidence to show them that indeed what Burna Boy is saying is absolutely true. It's nothing but the truth that Nigeria is a collateral damage. Maybe they don't understand what a collateral damage means. Nigeria, right from time, is a country that everyone knows that is just like a British farm, where Britain controls almost everything that happens in the country. And the voice of the people, the wish of Nigerians, has never, come into the leadership of the country. So today, we are going to look into what Burna Boy said and show them the proof that indeed this country is a collateral damage. And also during the video, you can still call in to tell us your own experience about this country, whether this country is not a collateral damage or not. Time will tell. But unfortunately, the time that's supposed to tell is already now. The country is a collateral damage. Yeah, we are living in a crazy world. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thanks for joining in. The APC government, especially their social media handlers, they are after Burna Boy. They said that why would Burna Boy, go and grant interview saying that Nigeria is a collateral damage, who give Burna Boy the audacity, who asked him to go and tell the whole world that Nigeria is a collateral damage, that Burna Boy should be, called by the presidency, and DSS should go and arrest Burna Boy, and so on and so forth. You know how this government, they take things. When insecurity is happening, when people are dying, they are not interested. It doesn't concern them. Anything going on in Nigeria, it doesn't concern them. But once you come to speak truth to power, once you come to say, let's protest, or you speak truth, you say this country is not working, this country is a collateral damage, what you will hear next is that, oh, he is committing treason. Police should go after him. SSS should go after him. That is what we are facing in this country. Burna Boy was very correct to what he said, that this country is a collateral damage. In fact, if there is any other language beyond collateral damage to explain the situation of Nigeria, I think we should use that. Because these people, they are just thinking that, oh, Burna Boy is just trying to... Burna Boy is not a politician. He doesn't send you. There is nothing you will do, Burna Boy, that will belittle him. Someone who is big is big. Burna Boy is big. So there is nothing APC government will do that will belittle Burna Boy. There is nothing this administration will do that will belittle Burna Boy. Burna Boy is not making his money in Nigeria. Burna Boy is not even, making waves in Nigeria. Burna Boy is a global brand. That is what this APC administration have to realize, that Burna Boy is a global brand. Burna Boy is not a small child that you can come out and talk now. You think you can use maybe your words to talk. Burna Boy is even bigger than I'm sorry to say this, it's even bigger than your president. Who knows your president? So coming out to say that the guy don't know what he's saying, you are trying to fool all of us. Because that is the reality we know. And we are going to say it and continue to say it, that this country is a collateral damage. If there is any other language, I'm looking for an adjective I will even use to qualify this country. Not even a collateral damage alone. I'm waiting to see, other adjectives to qualify it. Not only collateral damage. If you see what is going on in this country, so if the APC government, if they want to see the evidence that this country is a collateral damage, they should not go further. Just look at your left, look at your right, look around you, look what is happening in your country, look at what is happening in your nation. Nobody will tell you that this country is a collateral damage. They are looking for who to drag them. Thank God that Burna Boy is not a small, small somebody or small musician. If not, these people, they have a way of trying to cripple someone down. But someone who is bigger than you is bigger than you. So you cannot cripple someone like Burna Boy down. Okay, what is above a collateral damage than a country where a governor sponsors Boko Haram? Number 2, deadliest terrorists in the whole world. A governor sponsors Boko Haram. What do you mean by collateral damage is not the right word to use to describe Nigeria? Okay, the other day, an emir died in his palace. An emir died. Not in his palace, he was kidnapped. He died. They killed him. And the people who kidnapped him said a House of Assembly member sent them and gave them 5 million naira, equipped them to go and carry out that, action. People, I don't know how people are reasoning. Collateral damage is just a little thing to talk about the situation of this country. I posted a video about a few minutes ago where Dele Farotimi was saying that there will not be Nigeria before 2027. That there might not be Nigeria before 2027. Because it is done before us. We are seeing what is going on. This one is not all about show me the evidence of what you are saying. The evidence is right there before us. People are dying like flies. People are dying everywhere. The government are causing it. And the government has subsidized themselves, have subsidized their security. And they think that, oh, there is nothing the people can do. Let's continue to do it. After all, they have their own security. Now, the other day, I was showing you people what was going on in Benue State. What can you call a collateral damage than this thing you are seeing? What can you call a collateral damage that people who are in the ancestral homes like this? This was Benue. I showed you this video before. This happened last week here. It happens last week here. Look at how villages are deserted. What do you call collateral damage? And you know, what baffles me is because this thing is not happening to people, because it's not happening to people, so the people don't want to react because it's not happening to them. And my prayer for anyone who said that what Burna Boy said is wrong is that what is going on in Nigeria, all these Benue people who are suffering, who are passing through what they don't know about, may your community be like this. May your homes be like this. If you said what Burna Boy said is not correct, may your homes be like this. What happened to the families of the owners of this house, may it happen to you. If you said what Burna Boy said is not true, that Nigeria is not a collateral damage. Because it is time for everybody, no matter whom you are. I thank God people are speaking up now, because some persons who has money in this country, they are afraid to talk because they think that the government will come after their money, come after their business, come after their resources, and come after everything that they have. But you know what? It has gotten to a point of Rubicon where everybody must speak. Everybody must speak. So what Burna Boy said is not something that is wrong. It's something that is correct. And the reason why APC government took offense is because, you know, a Burna Boy is a global brand. Anything Burna Boy said, the world will listen to him. You get that point. It will justify everything people have been saying about Nigeria, that the country is not meant to exist. Well, I just pray that more people, you know, in government will continue to make mistakes, because there is no how we can continue to move this government like this or this country like this. It can't work. It can't work. And I'm using this opportunity to warn those people who are benefiting from the government. Your name is in the payment roll. You are not working because you have a brother who is a senator, a brother who is a House of Rep member. Because of that, you are not concerned about what is going on in Nigeria. I just have one prayer for you. All these things that is going on, you know, to Benue people, may it happen to you. Everyone who said that in this country, that people who are complaining because they don't like the government, no problem. May what happened to these people, may it happen to you and your family, so that you will enjoy what you are thinking. You will enjoy what you are saying. That is the situation. Nigeria is a collateral damage. So nobody should fault Burna Boy saying what he said is not true. What is Burna Boy is a global brand. This is not supposed to come from him. If you know, all these small bloggers are saying Nigeria is a dead country, that somebody who is big as Burna Boy is not supposed to be saying all these things. Come on, if Burna Boy did not say it, who else? Who else is going to say it? Who else is going to say it? The rate at which we keep quiet in this country is alarming. But you know what? I am happy because people are beginning to rise up to responsibility, rise up to challenging the government, rise up to challenge the status quo. Is there anything we have not seen in this country? Absolutely nothing. Stay with me.
The day we introduce hygiene in our politics, so that our men and women who seek public office are men and women of integrity, so that our men and women who seek public office finance their campaigns in a clean manner, we will never succeed. I've always been amazed in many African countries that a person who, upon being elected, if he is a Nigerian, for 5 years will earn no more than 30 million naira. is prepared to spend 1 billion naira to go into public office, there must be something that they see that we, the electorate, do not see. And that thing is the ability and the opportunity to privatize public wealth. The day we introduce hygiene in our politics, the day we deal with the financing of our politics, that is the day that we will begin to sanitize our country, and that is the day that Nigeria will begin to be a great country. How can it be that amongst the various peoples of Nigeria, you would not allow your daughter or your son to marry a thief who has stolen a goat, but a thief who has stolen naira is celebrated? We must give the goat and the naira equal value, because he's a thief, is a thief. How is it that in Africa, when an individual whom we knew to be a pauper is appointed as a public official, whom we knew to be a pauper is elected, permit me and forgive me at once, members of Senate and members of the House of Representatives, that no sooner have you set foot in the Senate or the House of Representatives than you become a millionaire and you begin to live as if money was not a problem. If it was so easy, why aren't all of us so rich? The privatization of...
That is the point. You see, there is something that people don't realize. Do you know how much a House of Rep member is supposed to earn? Do you know how much a senator is supposed to earn in Nigeria? All these people, the reason why we will continue to sing the praises of what Burna Boy said that Nigeria is a collateral damage is because people who are in these political offices, their salary is not more than 1 million naira. Their salary is not more than 1 million naira. So tell me, where do they see the money? Just like what this man was explaining. You senators, you House of Rep member, you are going to campaign for a public office, and the money you are using to campaign is more than the whole money you are going to earn during your administration 4 years. Unless there is something we don't know, that is to say, you are going to use the money that belongs to the people to cover up, to pay back. And that is why people don't normally get the dividends of democracy. You know, some minutes ago, I was, showing and uploading the videos of Dele Farotimi when he was just very direct and truthful about the state of the country. I want us to visit it.
We can't be having that and be talking about an election in 2027. We must at least be honest enough to tell ourselves what is in front of us. If there is going to be an election worthy of his name, I will be out there supporting Peter Obi. If there will be an election, and if we still even have a country, the way Bulaba is going with Nigeria, what do we know that will be left of this country by 2027? What will be left of this country? Anemia is being killed in his own domain after ransom war. And we are talking about 2027. An Oba was killed. 2 Obas, for instance, were killed in Ekiti for the other time. And we are still talking about 2027. You practically don't have a functional state again. Somebody is single-handedly, without recourse to any due process, the due process law be damned, the PPP law be damned, single-handedly without public tender of any sort, be awarding a road at 4 billion naira per kilometer. And you are still talking about a country.
I saw what happened with Kenneth Okonkwo, who said it no longer speaks for Peter Obi because he doesn't think that he has the grit and the firmness to be able to handle issues. Are you still with Peter Obi? Do you hold similar notion, or what do you make of that kind of situation where he thinks what is going on in the Labour Party needed a firm and a very, very strong handling, but he didn't see that that Peter Obi was able to handle that situation the manner in which he did. Are you also disappointed with what is happening in the Labour Party?
Let me say this. What is happening in the Labour Party is for me the noise next door. I'm not a member of the Labour Party, and I have labored to make this clear before the election, during the election, and after the election. I have not concerned myself with what is happening in the Labour Party. Kenneth joined the Labour Party, so it was his business what was happening there. It's none of my business, and I have not made it my business. I'm not a politician. I am a citizen of a country that is not yet born, a victim of Nigeria looking to have a better country in the future. Peter Obi is a man that I admire a lot. I don't expect him to dictate what should happen in the Labour Party. When did he join them? The Labour Party is a party. It's not, I believe that if it's a party, to an extent, they would have to find a democratic means of resolving their differences. Peter Obi is not in a position to dictate the terms of their settlement to them, and I don't expect him to. Obviously, Kenneth Okonkwo has a different understanding of what Peter Obi's response should have been. He is a politician, just like Peter Obi is a politician. They are the ones who decide what political tactics works for them as politicians. Me, I'm not a politician. As of today, if there were to be a presidential election, Peter Obi is the person I'll still queue behind, because I believe in his capacity to take Nigeria in a non-violent manner to the revolution that I desire. I wish to see Nigeria turn around, and I don't want to see that happening violently. And I believe that Peter Obi has the mass appeal and the capacity to unite this country behind a vision for a better future. That is the basis. As at today, I don't know what he might do tomorrow that might change my mind. I'm a free agent. It might be that tomorrow he decides to align himself with persons that I do not believe I can work with, people that I believe cannot bring anything good to Nigeria. And on account of that, I might decide, okay, hasta la vista, we can't work together. But as at today, barring any dramatic happenstance, I remain solidly behind Peter Obi, and I will continue to support him into 2027 if he's going to run, and if we have managed to reform our electoral system. Because any election without a reformation of our electoral system, I'm not interested.
I mean, Kenneth Okonkwo went as far as saying, for 2027, Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, Atiku should move aside.
Like,
or use,
yeah,
or you are of the opinion that 2027, you are of the opinion that 2027, Peter Obi should realign or go back to the ring and see through his hat and run again for president. That's your opinion, and that's your stand, isn't it?
Let me put it this way. Peter Obi did not lose the last election. Peter Obi won the last election. INEC and the Judiciary performed their magic. 2027, there will be no election without a reformation of our electoral system. If the electoral system is not reformed to ensure that beavers and electronic transmission from the polling unit becomes compulsory, I would not even bother to participate in that election, because you can be sure that Tinubu was not in power that ran and snatched and grabbed it. Already has the 2027 election results written. A Tinubu that will be busy appointing weakest man as electoral commissioner, the most violent election rigger in Nigeria today, openly, is Wike. That is the person whose proxy was being appointed as
that's a weighty allegation.
Electoral commissioner.
That's a weighty allegation.
I said it because he's on video. Now I beg, she will stop being politically correct. There are multiple videos and audios of Wike enforcing his political will in Rivers State over and above the sovereign will of the people of that state. Violently too. So this is not, please, I don't do beer parlor talk.
No, because
and when you need to balance things, you can. Are you suggesting? Okay, so let's turn it into an argument. I am saying here, my name remains Dele Farotimi, and I am saying that there are more than enough material online showing Wike violently suppressing the right of the people of Rivers State to elect their chosen representatives. And I am saying that his personal aide, his person, has already been appointed a resident electoral commission since Tinubu came to power. So how can you be talking about a free and fair election in 2027 when it's already a fait accompli that without consequential amendment of the Electoral Act, without a consequential reformation of our judicial system, the same madness that took place in 2023 will repeat itself in 2027? If we do not tell ourselves these basic truths ahead of time, how can we even hope that anything will change? We have to be unapologetic and unrepentant in pushing the truth in their eyes. As I've told you, the truth is both a sword and a shield. I love wielding it as a sword and smashing them on the head with it, and I don't care for their feelings. I don't know how long any one of us is going to live. I'm not going to live my life kowtowing to the opinion, sentiments, or emotions of worthless human beings who have wrecked the life of thousands and millions by their actions and inactions. So we cannot be talking about an election in 2027 in the presence of the multiple madnesses that have remained with us, in the presence of a situation where a corrupt INEC chairman will open his mouth and blithely declare on national TV, go to court. We can't be having that and be talking about an election in 2027. We must at least be honest enough to tell ourselves what is in front of us. If there is going to be an election worthy of his name, I will be out there supporting Peter Obi. If there will be an election, and if we still even have a country, the way Bulaba is going with Nigeria, what do we know that will be left of this country by 2027? What will be?
You see, that is why I like Dele Farotimi so much. I like people who are just direct to reality. Nigeria is full of ugly realities. Why do we pretend as if there is nothing going on in Nigeria? And you see, it is time for us to start talking. Don't tell me that you don't have a voice. Don't tell me that you yourself don't have a voice. You have a voice. It is time for us to start talking. It is time for everyone to start talking. You have a Facebook account, you have Instagram, you're on Twitter, this is the time for you to speak out. What is going on in your area? Now, I scheduled an interview with some persons who are from Benue State because they told me what is going on in Benue State. And I even told them, okay, you can come in through course, nobody will know you, they will only hear your voice. What they told me, I don't want to say it with my mouth, because what they are saying is going to cause trouble definitely, because it exposed so many politicians about the insecurity state in Benue State. So even they are the one that sent me all these videos, what happened last week, how people are terrorizing the areas, you know, the government don't even care. But what they told me about what is going on in Benue State, it is something I want them to come to this platform or anywhere and voice it out. But unfortunately, maybe they are scared. They are afraid to talk. And that is why I'm saying, at this point in time, no one should be afraid to talk. No one should be afraid to speak out. No one should be afraid to say what is going on. If as little as I am, as little as others may be, they are still speaking out. If as big as Burna Boy is, still having the confidence to say that, you know, you people will do something to eat. That is what I want us to do. I want us to say, you know, continue to speak truth to power. There is nothing they will do to you. There is not, absolutely nothing. There is nothing they will do to you. The truth remains that Nigeria is a collateral damage. It's a collateral damage. Now, for those of you who do not understand what collateral damage is, it is of different implication, but let me just tell you the background of collateral damage. If you go and borrow loan from somebody, the person will demand for a collateral. right? Very good. Nigeria is like a country that they have used to borrow. No, Nigeria is a collateral, but unfortunately, it is a damaged one. It is a damaged collateral, because if not, I do not see where all these politicians will behave like a demigod. I don't see any reason. The other day, imagine what was going on in what is it? A deputy speaker for that matter. Tell the world what is going on in your area. Everyone has a voice. So I want you to continue to use your voice. Everyone has a voice. Don't tell me that you don't have a voice. Don't tell me that you can't speak. Don't tell me that you can't talk. Don't tell me that, you can just complain and keep quiet. You have a voice. If you don't know, I'm letting you know right now that you have a voice. Everybody must begin to speak out. Everybody must begin to speak out. Nobody will kill you because you are speaking out, because what you are saying is the truth. If Nigeria is not a collateral damage, according to Burna Boy, how come this police is saying that, they arrested the police House of Assembly member? This is a police commissioner saying they arrested a politician, a House of Assembly member, a lawmaker. And up till now, have been, trying to push the narrative so that people will release the names of those people arrested. Up till now, they did not release the name. They did not release the name. So it is not enough to come up like this and announce that you people arrested politicians who are bandits. Where are they? Where are their names? This is what Burna Boy is saying, that Nigeria is a collateral damage.
We can say now banditry is an industry in Zamfara State. Last month, we arrested a member of the State House of Assembly in banditry here in Zamfara State. We arrested a district head. We also as well arrested a former local government chairman. So you can see that
it is not enough to arrest all these people, right? It is not enough to arrest them. Where are their names? Where are the people they arrested? Where are the people they arrested? So this is the reason why Burna Boy is saying that Nigeria is a collateral damage. A collateral damage. People knows the truth. People knows everything that is against Nigeria. People know that this contraption, this amalgamation is wrong. Even the lawmakers themselves, they know that this constitution is not working. They know everything. They know the truth. Even Tinubu said he don't believe in one Nigeria. But what is this captivity still holding us down? What is this captivity still holding us down? If a lawmaker can stand up on the Senate floor to say this thing, tell me, is there anybody that is not aware about the problem of Nigeria? Take a look.
This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68.
All right. This is about, is it not up to 8 years now that this man made this, controversial speech in the House of Senate? I'm trying to, establish the fact that these politicians knows our problem. They know everything that is wrong with Nigeria. They know everything that is not wrong with Nigeria, but their problem is that they don't want to act because they see their position as an opportunity to embezzle money, opportunity to take their own before everything will scatter. Any politician that assumes office, the next thing he thinks is that before this country scatter, let me take my own. And that is why we are in the way we are like this. Now, let's continue to listen to what Dende Farotimi was saying.
Which government?
The government of the day will say they are making efforts in fixing the problem that they met on the ground. It's still early in the day. They just have about a year.
I'm Chinese too. I'm Chinese and I'm 6'7". Do you believe me? The government of the day has said they are making effort. We see the effort now. They are making effort. They are buying private jet. They are buying yachts. They are spending 21 billion to renovate. They are spending 90-something billion on Hajj. Is that the, and then they are falsely and fraudulently implementing Orosanye report. They are busy privatizing NNPC. We are busy refining in Malta and everywhere. We see the effort they are making. So I'm Chinese too, Sheung, and I'm 6'7". Do you believe me?
So you don't see any good that this government has done since the last 1 year?
It? You,
no, I'm asking, because I'm a journalist. I'm asking.
I had no expectation of anything good from this government. Nobody steals power to benefit the people. It does not happen. I do not expect the mercies of a thief who has robbed me. I was not under any illusion whatsoever about this government.
But when you say that the election was stolen, there are those who argue that the elections were fought. The candidate you're talking about came a distant third. The case went to court, and the first court of first instance went to the Supreme Court, and the court validated the outcome of the election as pronounced by INEC, and that the lawyers were unable to prove that the elections were rigged or fraught with irregularities. How then will you be able to say that the mandate was stolen?
Sure. Let me say something, right? You know, the ICPC was set up by Obasanjo. ICPC said that as of 2018 to 2020, 9.45 billion was paid as bribes to lawyers by lawyers to judges. I didn't say that. Justice Kayode Esho said judges are becoming billionaires because they are sitting on electoral tribunals. Dele Farotimi didn't say that. If you believe for 1 second that the Nigerian Judiciary did justice in the 2023 election cycle, I have dollars to sell to you. Just bring money, let's go and buy chemical. What I will say to you is this, Sheung. Yorubas have a proverb. They say that two people cannot be equally fooled by a lie. If the person telling the lie is unaware that he is lying, the person being told the lie should know that a lie is being told. At least the person against whom the lie is being told should also be aware that a lie has been told against him. I say it without any equivocation. The Nigerian judiciary, by its multiple somersaults in the last electoral cycle, established beyond any argument the fact of its complicity in the rape of democracy in 2023. People can hold their opinions, and that's the beauty of opinion. Everybody is entitled to one. Even me. You may or may not agree, But I am still entitled to that opinion, and that is my opinion.
Let's wrap up. Where do we go from here to have the kind of country or a nation that will be for the betterment and for the good of all Nigerians? Where do we go from here?
We as a people and as a collective would have to resolve to be better than we have been. We would all have to, as a collective, admit to our part, our fault in what has happened to us as a people. This is not something that is not a sectoral guilt. It's a systemic problem. From the pulpits in the churches and mosques, which stinks to the highest heavens, to the groves, the sacred groves of our land. All the places of religiosity in our country have become temples of iniquity. We need to look at ourselves. Me as a person, you as a person, we as a collective, we need to look at ourselves. It's very easy to point fingers at sectors, but the reality is that there is no part of our country that is free of putrefaction. It's a systemic collapse. If there is anything that would change, if anything would ever change, it would have to be that we as a collective with good leadership decide to try a different pathway.
I think I may say God bless Dende Farotimi. I really like the sincerity of Mr. Dende. A lot of people in this country are not sincere. They are not sincere to the fact that this country is dead. They are not sincere to the fact that nothing is working in this country. But when I see people who are speaking truth to power, not because people want you to come and twist things, no. The reality of things on ground shows that we do not have a country anymore. It is time we stop pretending. It is time we stop, trying to be politically correct and everything. It is time. As I said before, no matter how little you are, you have a voice. Speak out. Tell the world what is going on in your area. No matter how big you are, like Burna Boy, also speak up. There is nothing wrong with speaking up. Nigeria is a collateral damage, and there is no two ways about it. We must make sure that we continue to strive hard, continue to struggle to make sure we have a headways. All right, at this moment, this line is now open. You can call in through WhatsApp call only, so that you will tell us if what Burna Boy said was wrong or if what he said is true. Let us know, and also tell us what is going on in your area, the inflation, the insecurity situation. Is Nigeria not a collateral damage? For me, I think there is no two ways about it. Nigeria is a collateral damage, and we have been in this mess for too long. When I mean for too long, we have been in this mess. And the only option, as I said before, is a very massive revolution. Stay with me.
When trouble sleep, Nyaga go wake am. But he define, Malala. He define, Malala. He go catch you. He go get Malala. When can sleep, black go bite him tail. But he define, Malala. He define, Malala. He go catch you.
All right, let's have a caller. Oh, we lost that call. Okay, you can call in through the WhatsApp number on the screen there. We are saying that what Burna Boy said is true, that Nigeria is a collateral damage. And we have every reason and the proof to agree that Nigeria is a collateral damage.
In trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria. And a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. There had always been this herder-farmer clash, but it never got to this point where whole communities were exterminated so that some people will be roaming freely within their land, which is what happens in Plateau and in Benue State.
I think Benue is the worst hit.
Precisely. Yeah. And you know why? Because most of the banks of the Benue is lush. Because it's watered by the Benue River. And so these people came and they want. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with. The bill first said that we have to confine these people to the ranches within their states of origin. And somebody woke up and said, no, every Nigerian has a right to go around. There's no such thing like a state of origin. Why will anybody make that statement? Reason is that in trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons.
That was from Senator Nanya Baribe. You see, there is nowhere you will put your head to, you will not see any reason to justify what Burna Boy said, that Nigeria is a collateral damage. Abaribe is saying that for APC to remove Goodluck Jonathan, what they did is they imported people from outside the country. They imported people from outside the country to come into the country and help them to disorganize so many things, help them to rig election and so on and so forth. And here we are today. And when the last protest was going on, a lot of people were carrying Russia flag, and people don't know what that means. It was the people that APC imported into the country. Most of the population in northern Nigeria are the people they imported from all the Sahel regions, and they are loyal to Russia. So when you saw them during the protest, when they were carrying Russia flag, it was not for nothing. So someone said we should confirm the death of Kanu. I don't really know. I have the news. I received the news some time ago that the former governor of Abia State, Kanu, passed on. But that news is not confirmed because I know one of his aides, right? So I was trying to establish a contact with one of his aides to confirm whether what we are hearing is true. But as of this moment, I have not been able to, establish the contact to know whether what they are saying is true. I don't really know. So if you are from Abia State or you really know if the death of Kanu, the former governor of Abia State, is true, you have a number here. You can tell us what is going on in Abia State. I have a number of people who are dropping messages like peace. Good afternoon, peace. Thanks for joining. It's a breaking news. The governor of Abia State, Governor Kanu, he's dead. May he still rest in peace. Well, this is not a confirmed one because someone else, have told me that this man has passed on. But I can't just say that is true because I'm waiting to establish a contact with one of his aides to really know whether he's dead or not. All right, let's have another caller. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, sir. I don't think he's hearing what I'm saying. Maybe he will call back. All right. I'm trying to, really establish contact with them to really know whether Joseph Kanu is dead. I don't know. If you know anything about that, please let me know. I don't know because I have not confirmed the news. I have not confirmed the news whether he's dead or not. But that shouldn't bother us anyway. One day everyone will pass on. You know that, right? One day everyone will pass on. So what bothers us is the state of the nation. People who are going will eventually go. People who are coming will also come. What bothers us is the state of the nation because things are going on. Let's have the caller. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. I don't know. Are you using earpiece, sir?
Yeah, Okocha.
Okay. Okay, yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Long time, sir.
Yeah, yes, it's a fact. I didn't call you in regards to our discussion, but I will get back to you when I start work by this week. I'm going to start work within this week.
All right, sir. I am live, sir. I think it's good you tell the viewers your name and where you are calling from.
Yeah, my name is Chukwu, calling from Italy.
Thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah. So, in regards to what Burna Boy said, it's a complete fact. Let us not be deceiving ourselves. It's just like Dojoro to me was a kind of challenging, what do they call it?
Share, yeah.
Yeah. So, most of the journalists, when they speak, when they ask questions, will be thinking that they are not part of the country.
The country, yeah.
So we thank God for people like you guys that bring everything to the picture for us to see. Because the work of journalists is to challenge government.
Yeah.
That's the work of journalists.
Not to support them.
In Nigeria, no, not to support them. The journalists are supposed to be for the masses, not for the government. Just like as you have a police, military, and all of them for the masses. But in Nigeria, it's opposite. Very, very much opposite. So, and I'm very happy that Burna Boy is speaking now, and we are praying for more of them to speak up. Because, when people like this speak, a lot of people will follow up.
Exactly.
They kept quiet.
Exactly.
Because it has been wondering me, people like them travel all over the world, and I have seen the world, how it looks like. And even when they claim to, have money or things like that, if Nigeria is a country, I bet you this whole American stars and all of them will come and reside in Nigeria.
I tell you.
It's not a place to reckon. It's not a place to reckon with. But these people are just missing it out. I'm talking of the musicians, the stars and all of that, who's supposed to know what they have inside them that will invite outsiders that will help them to make more money. And so they are just carried away. Maybe they will call them for concert to come and go and sing for campaign and all of that. They will just carried away, thinking that they are gotten it, or instead they are just misusing the opportunity given to them. I should say from above, to be a star. So Burna Boy have just said it all. I will pray for people to join the queue to at least to liberate us from this catastrophe.
It's really a catastrophe.
A catastrophe. There's no country that exists. Like I said before, I've never seen a country where a drug baron is a president. Rather, it's a certificate forger of a president.
Is it only him now? Look at the new Chief Justice. Look at your Senate president.
Okay. I saw you. I don't know. I forgot if you were the one that posted it. It was that's a EFCC wrote him for 108
billion naira, and the case is still on till today. As I speak to you, the case is still on, but they signed the case.
Nothing is going to happen. That is Nigeria created. You know, a country where a bunch of criminals are in charge of the affair. This is what you see. Because when you see the Tinubu is going to fight corruption, you know, I look people around there as a foolish people. How can you tell a criminal to fight corruption who is already a corrupt person? You know, okay, we are talking of hunger like the Fire said. You are buying the private jet for you, for the vice president. You are building a house of 20-something billion naira for what is how does that concern the government to build a house for vice president? I don't see it happening anywhere.
It's unfortunate. And look at the Chief Justice that they just put in now. She was the one that put Hope Uzodinma, the Supreme Court governor that came from number 4 to number 1.
Yeah, we saw this. You know, these people, Nigeria, the people governing Nigeria, they do things at their own will, no challenge. Nigerians are weak, they don't know what they want because they carry cross of Jesus Christ, give them. The other side, they carry Allah, this thing, give them. So they are lost, they cannot find their way. Because whereby somebody that is preaching Jesus Christ, telling you of Allah, is committing a crime to survive, taking your money away to survive. And that same person, when he's sick, they fly him to abroad to take treatment. And that same person will tell you to go to church and take I don't know what they call, maybe olive oil that we used to cook here. So that will heal you. Isn't that stupid?
No.
Isn't that stupid?
Sincerely, it looks so stupid though.
Very, very stupid. Very, very stupid. Because I remember when I went to Nigeria last, I took some olive oil, but that's what we're using, making stew here. That's the best thing for you to cook. It's better than every other oil. You understand? Because it's from the fruit. You know, so when I took it there, it was like, this is what they use in healing us here. I said, which healing? You know? So I spoke with my sister yesterday. I was telling him, for one, Nigeria is a scam. Anybody that is still believing in Nigeria is yet to wake from his or her sleeping slumber because there's no country function that way. Brave police that are making, like I am now. When I move if I travel to Nigeria now, just have my 100,000 naira or 200,000 naira. I will take the military to guide me. Where does that exist in the world? Or with 100,000 police, where does it doesn't exist in anywhere in the world? So anybody that says our country functions like that, our country will survive, that person is sick. Because I keep saying it, we are not fool. So most like Bobali do say, you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So all of us are not fools. All of us are not fools. The people that are guiding the president, the police, and all of that, these are the people that are meant to guide the masses, not the president. So Nigeria is a hijacks country. I was speaking with my sister yesterday. You need little words to convince them because this Christianity and all of that have spoiled their brain.
You are right.
I told her, I go here. I stay because we are in the foreign land. If you tell me about Christianity, it's the biggest scam on earth. There is no heaven or hell that exists. All of them exist right here on earth. You understand? So anybody tell you about Jesus, you ask that person in the Bible. Did you see? My name is Chukudi. Have you ever seen something like Chukudi in the Bible or Chang in the Bible? So why do we see Joshua and all of that? Is someone a partial God? Why will he choose a particular people to put them in the Bible? So this is where we have the real problem. And somebody is telling you that heaven exists. And that same person in your own country, that is the people that brought Bible to you, and the same person, when you want to go to their country, they ask you for different types of documents to come there. And when you come there, they will not allow you to stay. And the same people are telling you that there is another place better that both of you will stay together. Why they didn't allow you to stay where you are seeing them? So this is where our people have been hypnotized. So I wish they will wake up. We are not meant to exist together. But there's something like when somebody is talking, you are listening to what, you understand the language. God is not a mad person. But don't put me wrong. When I say Jesus out of the Bible, I'm not trying to tell you that there is no spirit that controls us. Yes, a particular spirit controls us. We know that because when it's time for sun, you see the sun, at least we shouldn't be so stupid to believe that nothing is controlling us. But that doesn't mean that God that created, when you are going from Lagos, you get to Edo State, immediately begin to enter a caste-speaking language. That's Igbo speaking, put it that way. You will see the languages as you go, it changes gradually, they will understand each other. That is how God has made it to be. But whereby the British who came, they put Yoruba person together with the Igbo person, with the Hausa person. We don't eat the same food. We don't dress the same way. We don't believe in one tradition. We don't speak the same language. It's like putting oil and water together. It can never function. So anybody telling you, like telling us that Nigeria is going to survive, like Rotimi says, he's making mistakes. They say diversity. Diversity works in a wise man country like US, not in Nigeria, not in a black man country. And if since we grew up to this stage, have you seen the Muslim become a president in the US? They will never allow it to happen. They will never allow it to happen. Yes, it will never happen. Obama was a president because he's a black person, half caste anyway, but he's not a Muslim. Understand? So these are the problems we're facing in that side of the world. By the time people begin to wake up and understand that we are not meant to be together, that is when our problem will begin to solve. Because I said it always, we handle our criminals. If anybody steal our thing, the governor or whatever it may be, we know where he lives. We know the family. We know the brothers and sisters. We can take on them. But in this case now that somebody will come from nowhere and be telling you we are one Nigeria, that's nonsense.
It's actually nonsense.
The Tinubu himself now is not telling you, he's no longer telling you about it, like what he said that he doesn't believe in one Nigeria. He's no longer saying it. Why is he no longer saying it? Because he has acquired 17 oil wells. So Nigeria is working for him, so he will maintain the business. It's a business. So none of them in the House of Assembly or whatever they call it, that no, even the Abarigo you bring, they are all idiots, deceiving the masses. They pick from the both side of their mouth. So in order not to take you
before you go, I want to ask you a question, sir. You know, I scheduled an interview with people from Benue State yesterday, but they failed to attend. They told me it's because of network failure. There are 3 persons I scheduled interview with because they are sending me videos, telling me what is going on in their area, telling me that politicians are aware of every bandit's attack against their community. And I was showing the video some time ago about what is happening in Benue State, how the villages are deserted. Now, what they are saying is that the politicians are reaching agreements with the bandits that don't attack us with the politicians. So when you attack people, maybe we can cover up or we'll keep quiet. Where does that happen? Can you tell me that this country is not a collateral damage?
It's more than collateral damage. It's more than collateral damage because we don't need. The first thing, Burna Boy is not supposed to be telling us before we know. Even the guy you featured just now, the police, I don't know if it's a commissioner from Sam Farah who was talking about that politicians are involved in this criminality. Himself is not clean. Exactly. You said you arrested politicians, you arrested that are involved, local government chairman. Where are their names?
He did not mention their name up to today.
He did not even show their pictures. But it's easy for them to go to our south. I don't call it southeast or south. We are southeastern region. That's what we are.
Yeah.
It's easy for them to go there and show maybe one person they believe to be criminal, suspected as they use the language. They will show the face, they will show where he or she is living, everything about him. But it's not easy for them to show a Fulani terrorist that is terrorizing the entire country. And like the thing you posted that day, you posted something the other day about how they want to punish, how they only imprison agitators. I think 25 years imprisonment, and 15 million naira, things like that for any agitator. you know, I was able to, you know, follow it in the last place. I never saw them. Islam, they are telling us about Islam in Iraq, or let's say in Saudi Arabia, in Iran. When you kill or kidnap, it's death sentence. They will cut the person's head from the back. From the back. But the same Islam they are telling us in Nigeria, no, Islam protects criminals, terrorists, people that make people homeless, people that send people to their early grave, people that go to farm, they will be cutting their farm, their crops down, like such as corn, and the same people go to market to buy corn to chew. There is difference between bush and farmland. So who would have said maybe they don't know this is the farmland, this is crops that somebody planted. They know all this because these are the programs in order to keep us in hunger and deal with us. So there is no way Nigeria will function. But that police commissioner that was saying all those things now, when you go to investigate, no Nigerian police or whatever politician is his hand, they are all criminals. So that is why they are not fighting it. Because if they post how they will fight ipob or any agitator or imprisonment or all of that, they don't put how they go, never coming broken now, they don't put how they go behead a terrorist who have sent people to their grave, which is the main haram, as they said, in their religion. It's not with this, the whole list, what they listed there, this very terrorist that is terrorizing Nigeria is nowhere to be found. So then how can somebody convince me that it's not the terrorism is not government sponsor the ones sponsoring it? We are not this. We've been saying it. That is why someone is standing so tall, telling them, I am ready to go with you people to any court in the world because he has full video, he has full proof. They are chasing someone Ekpa, the whole Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. Why the killer, the Fulani, what does it call it? I don't forget the organization, who have sent people to their early grave, burn houses, send people to ID camp.
Has been released.
It's working freely today. So Nigeria is such a country, when you speak the fact, instead that the person die or you go to jail. That's what they do. So, brother, I'm not going to take much of your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nigeria problem, we don't discuss it because when you discuss it, it takes the whole of your day. But I thank God for people like you who is exposing what the journalists in Nigeria are not talking about. Because when I watch them speak, it looks like they are not part of the country. And we know you are doing your job, but the job of journalism is to speak the voice of the voiceless, which is the citizens. But in Nigeria, it's so opposite because they are all been bought up. And they bought all of them, so nobody's sitting again. So anyway, let me leave it there. So
thank you so much, sir.
You take care as well, like I do say. You are living, we call it whether they like it or not. In fact, I was in Zoo here. The Zoo here have their doctors, they eat accordingly. But Nigeria, they can give them the Zoo, just mention the name. Nigeria is animals kingdom where anybody will kill or animals will kill. Just when you are hungry, you kill, nobody questions you, nothing. So but let me leave it there. So you will hear from me.
All right, sir.
Soon.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, I think
yeah, let's have another conda. Hello, good afternoon, sir. You can off your YouTube in that end so that we can hear from you.
Yeah, you can hear me, all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon, sir. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, Rasmus from the US.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think my brother Okocha, I think by now you would have seen why people like us are saying that there's no point trying to manage the country, trying to put it together. One of my greatest challenge right now about Nigeria, it's not even the politicians, it's the journalism.
Okay.
One of the greatest challenge that we have right now. Because right now, the whole mainstream media, almost the whole mainstream media is dead.
They brought them up.
Yes.
They have used money. They have used force, brute force. They have used terrorism to silence almost, in fact, all of them. It's only social media that I can see that is functioning in Nigeria right now.
Yeah.
You see all the killings going on in Benue State. No reported at all.
No report.
No reports.
It took a lot of battle before Arise News visited once. It took a lot of dragging, battle, calling them out before they went once. Nobody talks about people who are dying.
Exactly, because that's the greatest problem right now, because people are dying like flies, but you are not hearing it. Nobody's reporting it. And you know, some people, if they don't hear information from mainstream media, when they see it on social media, they will just discard it.
They will say, oh, it's not true because it's not from Chinese television, it's not from Arise News.
Exactly. So that's what's going on. I watched one news yesterday on Symphony News, right?
Okay, yeah.
And it was not just Symphony. There were AIT journalists there.
Yeah.
So I think there were two Igbo politicians.
Okay.
They had a press conference stroke interview.
Okay.
AIT news crew were there.
Okay.
And they were trying to sell the image of Benjamin Kanu, the deputy speaker. They were trying to defend him on his recent outing. Now, you see why I said the journalism is dead. On multiple occasions, the two people who were trying, the two Igbo guys who were trying to defend him, were saying opposite of what he actually said, were deceiving the public. But none of the journalists that were interviewing them could interject to say, no, this was not what he said. Because one of they said, oh no, that's what Kanu was saying was that it's a normal thing for any politician to say.
It's not a normal thing.
You listen, just listen. They said that it was a normal thing for any politician. In fact, any politician in Nigeria will say it. Now, what did he not say? He now went further to say that he said that he wished that his party would be in power. The next time, he said he wants his party to be in power.
No.
They said it more than 6 times. But none of the journalists could interject to say, no, this was not what he said. Not wish. He didn't say he wish. He didn't say he wants. He said they will be the next, the APC will be the next thing.
And he don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah, he said he doesn't know how it's going to happen, but he knows. That's what you understand. None of the journalists, and it was not about the people who were even giving false information to the public. But for the fact that there were journalists of, mainstream media, AIT was there, the journalists were there. They could not, at no single point in time, did any of them interjected to say no. And this thing was not said once, it was not said twice, it was not said 3 times. When I stopped listening, it was more than 6 times that this guy these 2 guys misled the public. And I was wondering, was it the same video that I watched that you was talking about?
I'm going to play the video now after your call.
Yes. And the journalists just allowed them. So it can tell you, it's not as if the journalists did not know that it was misleading the public. But obviously, they were paid for that decision. And they don't do that. So you see, it's dead. Right now, my concern is how soon can we get out before it gets to a point of no return? That's the challenge. Because just imagine a country, a country where, as of today, right, my brother Okocha, if you are from, let me see, if you are from Yobe State, for instance, okay, look, let me take myself. Let's assume I'm from Yobe State, and you are from Edo State, because I'm from Edo State.
Okay.
So let's say you are from Yobe State. You are from Yobe State. Then you are from Edo State, right? Now, and my son is 10 years old, and your son is 10 years old. Now we want our child to gain admission into federal government college in Rivers State, right? Okay, let me use Edo State. In Edo State,
okay, we
want our son to get into federal government college in Edo State. Now, your son, my son, right? Because, okay, since I am from a Kebbi state, my son only need to score. Let me check Kebbi. Hold on. Kebbi state. Okay. My son only need to score 9 in common entrance. Because I'm from Kebbi state, and he will get into the school. But your son needs to score 127 to get into the same college legally. This is legal. It's not as if it's illegal by Nigerian law right now.
Serious.
So now let's switch it. Let's assume now that you are not from Kebbi. You are from Yobe State. If you are from Yobe State, your son only needs to score 2 to get into the same school. If you are from Zamfara State, your son needs to score only 4. If you are from Sokoto State, your son needs to score 9. If you are from Taraba State, your son needs to score 3 to get into the same school. If I'm from Rivers State, I need to score 118. If I'm from Oyo State, I need to score 127. If I'm from Ondo State, I need to score 126. If I'm from Lagos, I need to score 133. If I am from Cross Rivers, 97. If I'm from Delta, 131. Now, if I am from Abia State, 130. But listen, if I'm from Adamawa, 62. Now, if you check all the northern states, Adamawa, you need just 62 to get in. Bauchi, you need just 35 to get in. Borno State, you need just 45 to get in. Jigawa, you need just 44. Kaduna, you need just 91. Kanu, you need 67. Katsina, you need 60. Kebbi, you need 9. Niger State, you need just 93. Sokoto, you need 39. Taraba, you need only 3. Yobe, you need 2. Zamfara, you need 4. But you know the funny thing? My son and your son, they have the same brain. They carry the same head. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that my son came from a northern state. Maybe you all came from a southeastern, southwestern, or south-southern, according to the way they put it. Where else is that happening in any part of the world?
It shows you that Nigeria is not one.
This thing I just read to you now is 2024/2025 Federal Ministry of Education in Nigeria. You can go and confirm. Now, let me take it further. Now, people will hear this and be angry and say, what? How is it work? How can this be happening? I'm sorry to disappoint them, because this is just a tip of the iceberg. This is actually what is happening in every federal parastatal in Nigeria. From the army, to the police, to the navy, to the air force, to NNPC, every federal parastatal. If you doubt me, go to immigration office and tell me who you see there. Go to customs office and tell me who the people that will be heading there. Go to police force, you already know. Go to the army, you already know. That is exactly what they have replicated in every sector of the federal system of government. Now, how do you tell me that we are one country and we should be together? Just explain it to me. We all listen to this, I think, is it Tafa Bale or Amadu Bello? Amadu Bello video. That BBC interview, Amadu Bello. Did you listen to that BBC interview?
Yeah.
Where he was telling the BBC journalist that the northernization agenda, I hope you listen to that. He said their northernization policy is that northerners first for every position, right? That if they don't get a northerner to fill that position, they will not employ a white like him, that the person who was interviewing him, like a British, as a temporary staff, right? That's if they don't get a white person to employ as a temporary staff, they will not employ another Nigerian as a contract staff on a temporary basis. Now the man has said, does this not interfere with the unity of like one Nigeria? He said yes. He said yes, but that's crazy. And the man said, is this going to be a temporary thing or is going to be a permanent? He said, as far as he can say, it's going to be permanent. And now, I will tell anybody listening, what the core North have done is to change that northernization policy. They have nationalized the northernization policy. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Because as at the time that he was talking, he was only talking about, because that time we were practicing regional system of government. You understand? So we have the northern region, we have the eastern region, we have the western region. So he was talking about employing northernization of the northern region. So which means that in the northern region, he will be employing only northerners to feed the positions. But right now, it's not, they have systematically changed that to unitary system. So which means that the federal, the western region, the eastern region, all of them now, they are now part of one Nigeria, as they call it. So what they are now doing is northernization of the national Nigeria. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Then this policy was restricted to only north because it was 3 regions. They couldn't do it in the western and the eastern region because they didn't have the power because of the system of government we're practicing. Now we now practice unitary system of government as federal system of government. So they have northernized. That northernization policy have been nationalized in Nigeria, and that's why they have occupied every position. All the federal parastatals it's even if it's not written on the book, in their eyes, you are not supposed to be there. They are supposed to be the head of every federal parastatals. You see what is going on? So it's a foundation that they have laid. I remember that this man that I just quoted is a great grandson of this man, Usman Danfodio. So this is the policy. So when they say an Igbo man cannot get to this position, and you are wondering where is it coming from? This is where it is coming from. It is in them. It is in private in them. It is northernization. It should be only them that should occupy the position. So anybody still talking about any Southerner talking about one Nigeria at this point in time, he said that he does not know history, he does not read, he does not want to read, or something is wrong with the person.
Wow. Wow. I am still going to make some verifications to this Federal Ministry of Health record. Yeah, I'm still going to make verifications to it.
Even as we are talking, you can Google it and look for it. It's everywhere. I don't talk based on the fallacy. I talk based on facts. The amount of below this thing, have you not listened to the interview?
Yeah, I did.
So that is the situation. That is just the unitary system. So extrapolate that unitary system, which is the federal government schools, use it. That's the same thing that happens. For instance, I will give you other scenarios. You see this military. You know military short commission. You know about short commission in the military, right? Do you know how the way they structured short commission? Like you are a graduate and you want to get into the military, you did not go to NDA.
No.
You want to go into the military. You know that they call it quota that they give to separate states.
Okay, I never knew.
You never knew? So these are research that you should be doing. It's quota system. It's based on quota. For instance, Edo State, I think that there was a period that Edo State had, I don't think they were up to 10 people. That's the whole Edo State. Bring it to this in the short commission. But go and check the northern states. Go and check the figures in the northern states. So if you are wondering, why is it that they have all the military, all the police? That's what is going on. The PTDF, you know, this Petroleum Training Development Fund, right? From petroleum this thing, there was one particular year, only 2 people. It's a scholarship scheme that they use in training for PhD. There was one year, only 2 people. One lecturer from Edo State and one lady that got the scholarship in the whole Edo State. That same year, I worked with an engineer who is from Sokoto State. I was from Sokoto State. And he was telling me about that same PTDS scholarship. And he said more than 7 of his friends in the same school used it go for a scholarship in UK. In one school in Sokoto State, 7. But the whole Edo State was only 2. So that is what is happening in every federal parastatal in Nigeria. And they have legalized it. It's now law. So quota system, they say, you'll be hearing of quota system. Quota system. What is quota system? This is the quota system. They will say, this states only two. They will say Kaduna, they will find name to make it, to put it up, to tell you the reason why it should be so. They will employ this thing. When Buhari employed in DSS, I believe you'll be aware of that. Only Katsina State alone, he employed 42 people.
Yeah.
You can Google, you can look it up. You visit it on Vanguard, it's on Punch. 42 people from only Katsina State alone for DSS. And I think the whole South and South is put together. We're not even up to this only Katsina State that we're engaged. Don't you know the implication of that? Over how many years' time, when those people become this thing, who will be your head? And that's the truth. The earlier we get away from this system, the better for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. This is so pathetic. You know, it's an eye-opening revelation. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you.
All right.
When trouble sleep, Nyaga go wake up. But he define, he define, Malala, he go cut into.
Let's have another caller. Good afternoon, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, Okocha. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Happy Sunday, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening from here. I'm addicted to your program. I'm supposed to be in bed now.
Oh, so sorry about that. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Australia.
Oh, Australia. Yes, actually, you're supposed to be on bed.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. All right, we can hear you, sir. Talk to us. Hello, sir. We can hear you. Talk to us, sir.
All right, Okocha, are you hearing me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Talk to us. Sorry, I muted my call. I never knew I muted it.
Sorry, I saw it here that it was muted.
Okay.
My name is Omos, calling from Australia. I'm used to your program. I saw the video you just posted concerning what is happening in Benue.
Yeah.
That is a whole community that is being deserted.
You are talking about community. We are talking about almost 6 local government areas are down now.
Okocha, but if I may say something, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
All right. Does it mean that there is no Benue indigents in Nigeria Army, in Nigeria Air Force, in Nigeria Navy? What are they doing?
It's a big.
If their home is being deserted.
It's a big question, sir. You know, even though you have thousands of military men from your community, if they are not instructed to go, they can't go. They can't violate the order from above. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. In December 24, midnight of December 24, 2023, there is something that happened that shook the whole world. The massacre of Christians in the 2 states. Now, these people placed almost 33 distress calls on the military. They refuse to come. They refuse to answer. Can you tell me they are not seeing the cause? Absolutely no, they saw it. If they have received an order from above, do not move until this time. Even though the whole military is from your village, they aren't going to move. That is the pathetic situation we find ourselves.
but I want to say something. After their retirement, where would they find themselves?
After their retirement, people that will go and seek asylum in another country will go and seek asylum. People that will even die before their retirement, they will die for nothing because they are cowards. They don't have that courage to do the necessary. They don't have that courage to say the truth. They don't have that courage to resign from the military and expose the corruption. Sorry to cut you short, sir. There was a retired military officer. I met him in Delta State, Agbo to be precise, where I was photocopying some documents. When he was telling me what he went through before he retired, I was shaking. And I told him, sir, please, can you come to interview? Let me grant an interview with you. He said absolutely no, over his dead body. That when this thing comes out to the media, that they must find him. Just to show you what is going on.
Being silent and die like a dog, is that one better?
No, because people are already dying. Just like what Goodluck Jonathan said in the year 2014, 2015. He said, my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Tell me, after Goodluck Jonathan left office, more people continue to die. So the truth we have to face, the sad reality we have to face is that people are already dying. According to Dino Mendai, if you say the truth, you will die. If you did not say the truth, you will die. So let us speak forth and die now, because either you say the truth, you did not say the truth, it is the same destiny that will befall us.
One thing I want to say, you see, nearly all the northerners, the northern environment, is very hostile because of this bandit, Boko Haram and others.
Yeah.
But these are the people, okay, that guy was talking of the quota system. They have the highest number of men in army, in navy, in air force. You understand me?
And they are still dying.
Their environment is being ransacked. The remaining numbers, okay, the total numbers of the northerners in the army, they deploy them to the east. Is that not foolishness?
It's not just about foolishness, it's a rascality. That is a rascality of the highest order. To deploy.
But they will come back. They will come back and not have a home. That's what I'm saying.
It's not only they will come back, they don't have a home. The other day, it was an emir that was kidnapped. The man was begging the federal government, begging anybody for rescue. At the end, the man was killed. Now, look at the sad truth, sir. The sad truth is that we have been able to establish through the videos, the investigations, and the report we have that politicians are accomplices to the insecurity going on. Like the emir that they killed in Sabo Bini local government area, is in Sokoto State. The people who killed them, the bandits, they said it was a politician, a House of Assembly member who gave them 5 million to carry out that dirty duty. How can you imagine a country where a lawmaker is a bandit? The other day, like the video I played before, sir, a police commissioner from Zamfara said they arrested a state House of Assembly who is a bandit. Your lawmaker is a bandit. How can you comprehend that? And the man refused to call the name, refused to say where they arrested him, where they kept him. We are living in illusion. This nation is just an illusion. According to Burna Boy, it's a collateral damage. It's not meant to exist. The earlier we tell ourselves the truth, the better.
Yeah. And Okocha, before I drop my phone, I wanted to bring some idea or a kind of a reason. Let's reason together.
Okay.
We are talking of breaking up the nation.
Okay.
Breaking up the country, Nigeria. Let everybody go on its own. But all these vultures the Igbos call them Udele. All these Udele. Where would they go? They will go with the breakup to constitute nuisance in the new country. So that is my question.
Yeah, that is the reason, sir, why I tell people, let us fight for freedom, why you are fighting for secession. Because there is difference between freedom and secession. You may secede from Nigeria, you don't have freedom. Example, when Nigeria was under British government, they said we want freedom, let Nigeria secede from, from British rulership, and here we are today. I'm still telling people, let us have freedom, because freedom is more of mentality. We must subject all these corrupt politicians when we are fed up. We subject them under the power of the people. That time, you don't need to fight to secede out of Nigeria. When you tell political leadership, we need a referendum, they give you a referendum because they fear the people. When the leaders fear the people, there will be freedom. But when the people fear the government, there will be tyranny. And when people say they are not going to do anything against it, you know why secession in Nigeria, why it's so brutal and why it's so difficult is because we don't have freedom. And people don't want to realize that keeping all these people quiet is a long journey for you to having your freedom. So that is the answer I have for it. That secession alone is not the answer. Because someone like Benjamin Kanu, an ordinary House of Assembly member, House of Rep member, who was boasting that he don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen anyhow, that Abia must be APC comes 2027. Who gives that man, ordinary House of Rep member, the audacity to tell the whole Abians that come 2027, this state must be APC? We have people sleeping. That is why, if not, that man's supposed not to be going to House of Rep there. If we are a serious nation, if Southeast is a serious region, that man is not supposed to be going there. Because what he spoke authoritatively in the sense that he puts the law apart, meaning he can read. He said he don't know how it's going to happen. So he's not even talking about true votes. Maybe true, after all, someone who brought Hopus or that man is now the chief judicial officer. Maybe something magic could happen, but they are messing with the wrong generation. This is no longer 2020, and people are not going to keep quiet over it.
Well, I hope everything will become good because, like where I am here, Okocha, I was just looking at the headline on television a few days ago that a man had been sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for ambushing a dog. You understand me? He killed a dog by ambushing that dog. He killed that dog, and he has been sentenced to 10 years. But if people kill people in Nigeria, nobody hears it.
No, they will indulge them. They will indulge them into the military. Yeah, if you're a Boko Haram, you have been killing people. It doesn't matter the number of people you kill. The only thing you have to do, since you are an Islamic man, is just for you to come out and they will call you repentant Boko Haram and put you into the military. It's so pathetic. We are still playing. We don't know what is going on in Nigeria.
Serious. Thank you for giving me time.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, sir.
To play with the intelligence of the Nigerian public between the executive, the president, the presidency, the National Assembly. I think they are decided that they are the bandits. They are the bandits. All of them. The political class has decided that they are the bandits against the people of Nigeria. Because I do not see how it is feasible that the topmost priority of a government that has this level of biting hunger in the land, this level of poverty, where its people are dropping into poverty per minute, would consider the purchase of a befitting aircraft for the president, the construction of a 20 billion naira home for the vice president, the purchase of all kinds of funny-looking cars, and the fleet of the National Assembly members and the executive. What exactly is that? And I speak with a lot of moral authority. I want everything about what I earned. You can find it in their folder. As a minister, they have something called Minister's Impress or something vote. My PAMSEC, Abokizawa, will tell you until tomorrow that I did not touch a dime. So when people say all these things, were you not in government? I was in a sane government. I wasn't in a government that watches women screaming, Ebinkwawa, we're hungry, we haven't eaten. People used to do 0, something or 0, 1. Today, families write and say, our children haven't eaten in the last 3 days because we just cannot afford the prices in the market. When inflation is at 40%, it erodes the poor. It literally, look, central banks exist to manage inflation.
Can you blame the presidency? This is the explanation of the presidency.
I am very upset.
The recommendation, according to Bayo Onanuga, says the recommendation to replace the B737
Who is Bayo Onanuga?
Is a special advisor to the president on information and strategy. And he wrote and said the B737-700 BBJ followed, the replacement followed an investigative hearing by Nigeria's parliament
by Nigeria's parliament?
Yeah, that
my
questioned
goodness, how
the plane
ridiculous does
safety
that get?
record and cost efficiency, especially after it malfunctioned during a trip to Saudi Arabia. If you were president, wouldn't you get a befitting aircraft, or would you fly a commercial aircraft?
If I were president and I see the people of my country in this state of affairs, and I would go out and buy an aircraft for myself, you got another thing coming, Sheung. When you are a leader, you are first in the line to inconvenience yourself. That's what leadership is about.
So
who told you that leadership is about luxury? Who told you? You see, this version of political leadership in our country, I think Nigerians need to wisen up. There is nothing about leadership that gives an advantage over the people. The leader is the one who takes the cost so that the people can get the benefit. That's what leadership is. This bunch of people in the National Assembly, in the executive, in government houses, in the states, these are not political leaders. Until we get to the place where we're saying to ourselves, the greatest risk and danger to the sustainability and viability of Nigeria is the political class of this country. These are rascals by every definition of the word. And I am not mincing words about it, because if you look at the choices that our political class are consistently making, you can see clearly that they don't care about the country. This country can go to ruin for as long as these people are able to feed the avarice, this appetite, unending appetite for just gnawing away at the public treasury. They are fine. But if citizens are fine with it, so be it. If we're not fine with it, there is a class war that they have launched against the people. And that war needs to be fought.
Let me pause you for another moment. You're saying this because you are not in power. Those who are in the National Assembly says they need vehicles to run the show, to be able to reach their constituency. The National Assembly has said there is a safety problem with the aircraft of the president. You worked under a government that President Obasanjo bought a brand new aircraft. Why are you upset that this government is buying an aircraft that is so cheap and the price had gone so low? And that those who say, if you were in government,
I'm sure you
probably would have done the same.
Oh, please. That's the kind of beer parlor talk that I don't have time for. Because, the case is very clear. Take, for example, the matter of what ministers were earning when I was in government. In my own case, I actually, by going into government, I took a 90% cut of my salary compared to what I was earning as a staff of Harvard University. So this is nonsense talk. For anybody to say you were in government, who are you comparing with who in this country? On the matter of profligacy?
That was former Minister of Solid Minerals. Some of you might not know her. She is Obi Eze-Ekwesili. She was once a Minister of Solid Mineral in Nigeria. The woman, unlike her courage, unlike her sincerity, unlike the way he comes out to speak truth to power. I don't like people who pet words, people who will come out and say things and twist the narratives, maybe because the political, authorities in power would favor her and so on and so forth, but she don't mind about anything. So for some of you who are asking about what is going on in the Benue State, I want you to go through this video.
The farmers are running from their farm places, coming out to the town. So there's no way you can farm in the town. This is the farm that you farm so that you get enough products inside the town. But now, even next year, we're expecting that things will go more difficult because the Fulanis and headers are in the bush, chasing them outside from the farms. Most of them are just around the town, hanging around.
This is the largest yam market in the world, but it's a shadow of its former self. Located in Zakibiam town of Okum local government area of the food basket state, it once attracted customers from all over Nigeria as well as neighboring countries. Now, like its fallen signboard, the yam hub has fallen on hard times. In its heyday, it used to be a beehive of activity, welcoming yam buyers from various West African countries, from Niger, from Cameroon, from Benin Republic. They used to come from far and near. And of course, you had buyers from all over Nigeria. However, as you can see, this former beehive of activity is practically deserted. Most of the stalls are empty. And just behind the camera, you have a handful of farmers who hoarded some of their yams and have summoned up the courage to come to the market at this time. Now, what is the problem?
Everything is very hard. So, like yam, we used to buy 80,000 before. It's 200,000 now. It's 200,000 now. And after when you buy it 200,000, you will put another expenses. Like 100 yam, you used to put it 30,000 to reach my place. So when you check it inside in the goods, you see that everything is high.
Before, we used to buy like 100 yam. That is one heap. We bought like 50,000, 60,000, 40,000, depending the size of the yam. But now, the price have escalated to what we don't know. We are buying a heap of yam now, 500,000, 600,000. The small size now we used to buy 40,000, 300,000. So the price is too high.
Attacks by bandits have crippled food production in these areas, leaving farms deserted and fields empty. It means the market has been cut off from its supply chain.
There is insecurity issues in the area. Very much, a lot of it. The farmers are not going to the farm to do their farm works. Granite, even to plant and weed their yams products. And on the road, when they try to bring those things, those goods to the market, it's very difficult because of the attacks on the roadside.
The farmers are running from their farm places, coming out to the town. So there's no way you can farm in the town. This is the farm that you farm so that you get enough products inside the town. But now, even next year, we're expecting that things will go more difficult because the Fulanis and headers are in the bush, chasing them outside from the farms. Most of them are just around the town, hanging around.
Commercial activities in the town have also been crippled following the destruction of all 3 banks in the town. This is the result of a riot triggered by events in Ayati, one of the satellite communities of Zakibiam, about 15 kilometers away. At the start of July, some Ayati youths stormed the Okum local government headquarters, protesting the killing of their relatives.
They carried the corpse to the local government because there was no security. So as they came to the local government, there was nobody. They waited to the gate or to 2 or 3 hours like that. There was nobody. So some people came in. People was so angry, and then other people came in. So that was bursting to the protest.
The trail of destruction includes the Ukum local government secretariat devastated by fire. The neighboring police station and the High Court were also attacked. But the climate of violence in Ayati continues. A combination of local bandits and armed herdsmen stormed the community with a population of about 15,000 on the 8th of August, wreaking unprecedented havoc.
Anyogo, the chief bandit there, organized herdsmen, let me call them that, organized herdsmen and his own boys to punish Ayati for revealing their locations to the military. Because military, sometimes, particularly operations in that, used to be successful in reaching them and attacking them and destroying their camps. So they went on a retaliatory mission. That is one vision. One other vision we got there was that Anyogo got money from the herdsmen to hand over the land to the leaders of the community. At the end of it, he didn't do that. And when they moved, that is when they moved in, they were asked to leave. But the community, so they now took them in with all his boys in hundreds to ensure that the Fulani headers will their way and have the land he promised them, because he got that money, as we were told, and shared it to the chiefs in that area.
On Thursday, which was our market day, we started hearing rumors that the headmen are coming with guns and swords in larger numbers again. Then we called on the security to come to our aid again. One police officer with his boys, Mr. Danzuru, he went there, and they posted 10 mobile police members who are in the village with us. But the bandits that came with cutlasses and guns, Fulani mixed with this.
All right, that was a video of some things that are going on in Benue State. So at this moment, I want to bring in a caller, Mr. Chris from UK. Mr. Chris, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us.
I just, as always, your program is very interesting. You are the host of this time.
Thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah, according to what you're saying, you know, sometimes I wonder when I say alone, I always think, why is the Nigerians, where are our brain, that we allow time and time all these presidents to become predecessors, and we allow them to walk the streets? You see, when Obasanjo came, people were saying Obasanjo did this, although he did fairly good. Babangida annulled the election, a most fearless election in Africa. They annulled it. He's living large. Nobody is molesting him, not talking to him. Now, Abu Salami came, he looted the treasury. And he was the one who put everybody in this trouble. But he pretends like he comes as holier than thou. He's the one who caused all this mayhem, this constitution. He knew what he did, and every time he comes like a mountain lion with his white beards coming to make pretending that he wants to mediate, make peace in the nation. These are people, they are all trying to be statesmen. When they call, they say they are statesmen. Statesmen work, mad people. And then look at Buhari. Buhari, who made the country worse than anywhere. He sent us back to Stone Age. And this Buhari is walking the streets of Daura. And people allowing him to go. This is where we have problems. Tinubu, if care is not taken, by God's grace, he finishes, and he will come out walking on the street.
Yeah.
And he becomes a statesman. Why can't Nigeria do the needful with these animals who profess to be leaders? Because their numbers are increasing. Obasanjo has sway. He has followers. He has large followers.
Babangida has his followers. Abu Salami has his followers. Abacha, Blue Dead, has his followers. Jonathan, they have followers. And this Tinubu has his own. All of them, they are living and then causing mayhem in the nation. It is time to deal with them. Either you take them away and let's do this once and for all. These are people who put us in perpetual penury and misery. And we continue to talk about Nigeria, which way Nigeria? What's the headway? The headway is remove these idiots who put us in this mayhem, so that even their influence will be extinct. But when we are talking about Nigeria, they are there, they have their interests. All this, look at the investment of Obasanjo. Obasanjo was a poor man before he came back. And now he's talking tough like if he was a saint when he was there. They all contributed to this nonsense. Obasanjo was there. He saw this constitution and he didn't do anything. Now he came out, he's trying to talk tough. Babangida stayed there. He saw Babangida was even the ones who promulgated this constitution. Yeah? Buhari was the one who made it possible, brought all the bandits and criminals. In fact, he made Nigeria as a terrorist nation. And then we allowed somebody like Buhari to be walking the streets. This is the height of it.
It's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. These animals walking on the streets of the country are the real devil. They are the ones, the snake we're supposed to cut the head and cut their influence, because they have influence. All this oil well, Tinubu is doing. Look at, sometimes when I think, I say, look at what Tinubu is doing. Is this man living in this planet Earth? Seeing the abysmal degradation of people, how people are suffering, and he's on talk. Living larger than life. Look at what he's doing with his family. Look, he awarded contract to his son and the Lebanese person. 13 billion. Look at how Tinubu is making it is in trillions. That's the nation's money. Because Buhari did it. Nobody coughed for 8 years. And now he's replicating exactly what Buhari did.
Or doing even worse than Buhari.
Boko Haram. We're here talking about Boko Haram and this and that. This Babangida, Abu Salami, Obasanjo, Buhari, Tinubu, these are the Boko Haram. These are the people who made Boko Haram possible. And if we're looking for Boko Haram, these are the real Boko Haram that need to be cut off. When we talk about all these people, I wonder, look at what Tinubu is doing. He doesn't behave like somebody who feels, who is sensitive to the suffering of the people. He has no direction whatsoever. And then we're here to talk about other people.
It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But one thing I'm telling,
when I come to that program, I don't know what to say. I have a lot of people who are, if you go to Lagos, look at the kidnapping. Last time somebody was in his house, they entered there, they broke the door, they took the man, threw the wife out of the window, and they demanded the ransom of 7.5 million. Before they raised the money to go and give him, there was a man who was supposed to wed last week. He was the one who took the money to go and give them. They went there, they realized that the man has been killed because the ransom was belated in coming. And they held that man too. His wedding, he could not do the wedding. Now they said that same man, they have to raise 10 million for him. That 10 million is what they are raising. Before they have not killed him yet, but that's what they are waiting for. All the streets of Abuja, look at what they are doing. And this is good for these politicians. How can you say you want to represent your constituency? People like Aberiba, all this, they will be there, and the national issues are being discussed. They are excluded. And they will not say anything. If I were them, I resign. I go into exile and talk what I've seen. Why must you be there? Are you planted there? Why must you be there? And the harm, mayhem will be happening. You will not raise an eyebrow.
And you say you are representing your people. And look at this idiot, this new generation of Kanu, the one who was a deputy speaker, saying that if APC must be the governor, that he doesn't know how it happened. An idiot, a nobody, who just, they said, when somebody who is not supposed to be a king gets the cap, he will wear it in his kneecap. He doesn't know how to handle it. That so-called speaker, Carlo, they said he's number 6. He's not supposed to walk in the streets of Imo State. If these people, he's supposed to be banned immediately, and his house has to be razed. His life must be at stake. For saying that,
the other thing.
Saying that in the southeast,
No.
that has been alienated by the government.
The other thing.
The southeasterners, what's they call it? The Biafra Liberation Army is potent. They should take him out.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary. The only thing I'm telling them is.
Be a parent to all these animals who are causing all this.
Yeah, the only thing I'm telling them is that they should make sure he did not return back.
They take it by force. I get so angry and incensed when these things are happening. I hated Tinubu for his lack of sensitivity. Look at what he's doing. We have other Yoruba, nice Yoruba people. Somebody like Remy Farotti, the one you showed here. That man has been forthright. He said no solution. He's fair. He's very, very direct, and he's a man to be trusted. Farotti. We have eminent people from every tribe, Yoruba, even Fulani. We have some people there. Why do this group of bandits commigrate together and causing mayhem to the nation? It is time we rise up to the occasion. We see that Senate House and then deal with all of it. I have proposed that we should round up all the potent airports. All the potent airports, wait for their investments. Deal with them so that this thing will be once and for all. Enough of all this madness. My brother, I cannot continue to talk. I'm so angry at the politicians. They need to do something like that.
It's so unfortunate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Like what I was telling people about the issue of the deputy speaker. I don't support violence, but I said they should make sure that such a person do not return back. That is the only thing people can do to make sure that such a person did not return back. By all means, they have to do that to make sure he did not return back. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining this Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much. The battle for freedom of the poor masses is a battle of no retreat, no surrender. We'll continue to push in whichever way. Freedom is very important. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Do well to join me at midnight, where we talk about the state of our nation again. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do and share this broadcast. Thanks for tuning in.
former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godswill Obote,